Alright, let's see and make sure this whole thing is working today. Can you guys hear me just fine? I hope you, I hope this works. I hope this works. Okay, there we go. Can hear fine. Ah, yes. A slight clicking, and there we go. Ah, excellent. Loud and clear. Best volume level to date. Does not surprise me. Just making sure I'm not over peaking here. Let me adjust my audio on my end a little bit because, yep. There's just a bit of annoyance. But yeah, so the issue is that Depp is out today. And so I had to set up the stream on my end, which is absolutely hilarious because I'm an idiot. And when it comes down to stream setup, I haven't streamed in a bit. And Depp had everything set up real nice, but Depp had a family thing to attend to. They're fine. Don't worry about it. As far as it goes with OBS, OBS is a bastard. And every time it updates, it changes all of your audio settings. All of them. It changes all of your audio settings all at once. And it just goes, hey, you know what would be really super duper fucking fun is if you were sitting there with your audio settings being all happy and cool and well adjusted and normal as you can be. And if we just changed those all at once, all of them, what if we just changed all of your audio settings? And I was like, but please, some people would like to hear me. And yeah, it is what it is. So I apologize for that slight bit of issue. Let's go ahead and make sure that the main scene is working. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Dwarf Fortress. All right. So yeah. Yeah, OBS updated, and I was told at like 10 minutes till, more or less, that I was going to have no co-host and that I was running solo. So I apologize for the state of things. I apologize for no Depp today. I apologize you won't see us ruin a house. You know what I mean? So, yeah. What we're going to do is we're going to play some Dwarf Fortress, if that's okay. Okay. Piss Creed is delayed, indeed. This old broke-as-shit house. This old broke-as-shit house will continue. Soon enough. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new world here, and we're going to go to very high. And I'm going to set this at about 50. You know what? I'll set that to medium. Except for the number of sites. I want that low. And then, yeah, let's just hope that everything works out today. We're just gonna sit there and pray to the Dwarf Jesus that everything will be okay. All right. Let's make sure everything's fine. Now, there are some mods I run. Magma Giraffe is necessary. Stone Beds is necessary. And Turbo Cats are necessary. And here we go. Here we go. And hey, welcome aboard, Battle Pumpkin. Create world. Oh, man. My back. And here comes Mr. Train. Mr. Train. You're going to hear him drive through my backyard at umpteen bajillion miles an hour because Mr. Train is coming down the tracks. Oh, God, I wish he would not do that. But you know what? It's okay. Everyone here yes, Mr. Train, you're part of the show too. You get paid by the toot? That's amazing. I had no idea. Alright, anyways. Mr. Train, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go ahead and play. I only set it to a 50-year world, which is interesting. If you set this world to like 500 years, it gets goddamn crazy. And I do mean goddamn crazy. The world gets really, really silly. Really silly if you set it to, like, maximum number of years. And I love that you love Mr. Train, because I sure as fuck don't. Mr. Train. Mr. Train! Alright, let's go ahead and play now, before I start waxing poetic on the wish of my demise for Mr. Train. Oh, man. Mr. Train does sound like a bodyguard in a 1980s action movie, doesn't it? Mr. Train. He's just like, oh man, Mr. Train. I'm about to break in and punch a man in the face. Oh yeah. Why am I doing Macho Man? Oh well. Here we go. Yeah, how often does the train go by? So often you won't notice it. You'll notice it. I love how it offers a tutorial every time, like I'm that bad at this game. I am that bad at this game. So, here we go. Now, I'm going to choose a nice setting for this evening. I'm not really great at this. Most people who've watched me play Dwarf Fortress will go, Tex, don't do that. Don't do this. Don't worry. I won't read what you say. Okay, there's elves nearby, but also humans nearby. These are the mellow jungles. It is true wilderness, which is nice. Those are, elves. God. It's like a heart attack. You can just feel it. This is what it's like to have a backbone. I don't like elves. So, in other Beeple news, not sure if you guys knew. I'm not sure if you guys knew, but there's this thing we do every year in the Black Pants Legion. This thing we do every year called the Christmas Dump. Have you guys heard of that? The Christmas Dump? We do it every year, you know. Every year we do the Christmas Dump. And so this thing we do is sometimes manifested through, live streams like the Meth for Kids charity run, which is my favorite because YouTube can't get rid of it because it's for charity. But they wanna. But the Christmas Dump is an annual release of a massive amount of content from this channel. And so the Christmas Dump this year, I'm going to tell you guys, has something like 150 gigs of video in it. From the 1st of Christmas, or the 1st of December, from the 1st of December, from the moment you should first start hearing Mariah Carey, all the way to the 25th, you should have something. How's that? It's pretty bonkers. All right, listen, looks like we got a bit of a stream here. No trees, huh? Oh, there's a light aquifer. I don't care. But what I'm going to tell you is that, yeah, there is a lot of fun in the Christmas Dump. There's a lot of Space Station 13. Yeah, it's like a BPL Advent calendar. Now, I will tell you some things that do happen in the Christmas Dump. I ruin history because I play one of the hardest nations in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. I play as Italy. I play as the Regia Marina, which is famous for nothing other than being sunk at the dockyard. And yeah, I have some fun with that. There's a lot of Space Station 13. There is a special project, a very special project for, well, I don't want to ruin it, but let's just say Christmas morning you guys should have a present. And it's something that's been requested multiple times. Now, let's take Miners Don't Die, which is 4 miners, a woodworker, a farmer, and then this guy who does some trading stuff. And we need to figure out Salve Lancer? No. Salve Sagging. That sounds like an infomercial. Salve Char. Salve, you know what? No. Shocked? Okay. Shocked Creep. Shocked Gorge. Shocked Wheels. Shocked Comet. That sounds like a drunk trying to explain like Shock Top beer. Give me a Shock Comet. No, all right, here we go. The Armor of Life. Well, that's a Jackie Chan movie. No, that's the Armor of God. Never mind. All right, so what are we going to do? The symbol of the Hammer of Flashes. Easy. See, there's an elf, right? Action relation. Oh, and the elf is being flayed. The elf is being shot, right? And the elf is burning, right? And then there's a dwarf, right? And the dwarf, and then action laughing. Laughing. The dwarf is laughing. See? There's the symbol of our fort that just described perfectly. Okay. Oh man. This is yeah, easy. So it is the image of an elf and a dwarf. The elf is being flayed, the elf is being shot, the elf is burning, the dwarf is laughing. See, that's how you do this. This is the instruction manual for the ages here. All right. Now we're going to embark. Yeah, see? Yeah. Is this one elf or many elves? I believe what I'm referring to as elves as an entity. I also hear Mr. Train coming back around to fuck shit up. That or a plane. I can't tell sometimes because I'm dumb. All right, so here's our boys over here, right? And the boys over here are sitting by the wagon, doing their wagon stuff. And I mean, you know, they're allowed to do that. They're allowed to hang out by the wagon, but not for long. And then we have to go over here, and we have to look at, ooh, loamy sand. That's not bad for the first level. Looks like this fortress goes up a few. All right, so let's get this done right. And you guys are already redeeming your name in game. All right, that sounds... You act like this is going to last long enough for that to happen. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. All right, cut down those trees because fuck them. Ah, man. Huh. Listen to that. That guy was just the scared train guy. He just came by and gave one toot. He's just like, just one. That guy's choosing to be different, isn't he? He's just like, just one. Yeah, his chew scared himself. He pressed the button and started to cry. I love train. I do not. All right, so let me remove some of this bullshit and move some of that bullshit and some of that bullshit and some of that bullshit and all these other ramps and stuff because I need a clear start to this. I'm going to say that engineer is probably a damn good engineer. He's like, look, if they don't see the train, that's their own damn fault. I don't care if their iPods are in, or earbuds, whatever. What are they? I'm behind the times. Everything I own has wires on it that's electronic. I don't own wireless shit aside from my phone. When I went to go trade my phone in, they said we've been trying to, they told me they've been trying to reach me for 7 years to upgrade my phone. And I said, why? The Galaxy 7 is the most modern one, right? And the guy was like about to have a fit. Oh, God. I don't understand any of these things. I was not made for this century. Give me hard newsprint and telegraphs any day. Like, when it came down to fancy shit, the people were like, don't you want a fancy phone? I was like, why? Why? What am I going to use it for? You think I have this thing up to my head all day? It makes microwaves. That sounds fucking dangerous. I wouldn't hold a radio all day. Why would I hold this all day? And they're like, it's not dangerous. Yeah, it is. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna try to pave over some of these holes in our roof because creatures will drop in and be like, surprise. But it won't be like a birthday surprise that's nice. It's gonna be like a birthday surprise that's not nice. Sure, everyone's had a fun surprise birthday before. You know, one of those ones where you're like, surprise, your refrigerator stopped working. I had one of those. I was like, I'm going to make some steak. Never mind. I'm going to throw raw meat in the trash. Because it's all room temperature. Alright, I'm going to cover these holes here. Because I don't want a surprise in my fortress. As should no one. There we go. There we go. All good. All good. Yeah, I don't understand why so many people are afraid of Dwarf Fortress. I mean, Dwarf Fortress is easy. A lot of people will go play Arma and go, I can't play Dwarf Fortress. And I'm like, oh, really? You're like, I need to put in my earplugs, Alt F4, Windows key 7 to put in the right ear. No, you got to open the earplugs case first to put in your earplugs to have a fake gunfight. And I'm like, you'll do that, but you won't play Dwarf Fortress? Come on. Come on. Come on to the dark side. We have ice cream. You gotta play some Dwarf Fortress. It's good for you. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up my farm here. Believe it or not, easier to farm on soil than rocks. There's not an immediate return on anything with Arma dots. There's not an immediate you're like, alright, let's go play this gun shooty gun bang bang game. Okay, what are we gonna do? We're gonna spend 45 minutes playing paper dolls with our dress up mans. Then we're going to walk for 3 hours and the enemy is going to no-scope us from a mile away. The walk is relaxing. You can walk outside, Dots. There's this thing called the outside. There's infinite outside, right? Dwarf Fortress is very relaxing. The soundtrack is very peaceful. There's a lot of guitar. There's occasional monsters from the deep. It's a lot like a family reunion. There's a lot of trauma that can happen, but losing is fun, Dots. If you want to win all the time, go play Call of Duty. If you want to have some fun with a capital F, though, Dwarf Fortress. So what I'm going to do is do a hopefully competent fortress. I'm starting to pave over the ceiling here so bastards can't just walk in. Got to make sure that, you know, the bastards walk in. And I'm not for real telling people that they can or can't enjoy games. Please go enjoy whatever the hell you like. But I'm telling you, you can't be afraid of Dwarf Fortress, right? I just think that Arma's hilarious. I once had someone who approached me who tried to tell me about how HK platform rifles work based on their experience in Arma. Now, a bit of background information. Little bit of background information. Mr. Tex was a gunsmith for a while. And I don't mean AR, I play with Legos, gunsmith, but I actually used to make HK platforms, gunsmith. And that's a lot of work. So, when someone tries to tell me what the diopter settings mean, or what have you, I go, alright, what is battle 0 in a G3? And I just ask them that basic question about the rifle, and they don't know. They start saying, oh, it's 0 meters. And I'm like, no. Bullets do this thing called the little parabola, where they go up in the middle and there's this little curve, you know? And so you have two intersections. One is at the very start of that parabola, and one's at the very end of that parabola. So what is standard battle 0 in a G3? What are these two intersection points? One is 32 meters and one is 200 meters. And those are the two intersection points. And so this person tried to tell me that, you know, what the diopter settings were for and everything else. And I realized this person had spent about 2 tours of duty in Arma. Like, I'm going, if you spent that time in the real military, you'd have a job doing this. It's just, it blows my mind. Now, Arma's not for me. Arm is not for me because my autism will not let me suspend disbelief when it comes to firearms. Many other games fail for that reason, to be fair. To be fair, many other games I'm like, this is bullet spongy. 30 cal doesn't work like that. I do that to Godzilla movies, so don't think I'm trying to be an elitist. I can be pedantic as shit about everything. I can just be so pedantic. I was watching the 90s Godzilla the other day, and they hit Godzilla with a harpoon, and I'm like, that'll kill a cruiser. That should kill Godzilla. Autism. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a kitchen right there. Oh, come on. 90s Godzilla isn't terrible. It has Jean Reno in it. That's the only reason to watch it. The rest of it is not a great movie. That's good enough. And it's fine. I think everyone has a game that they're allowed to be a little pedantic over. Some people are just really, really pedantic on RPGs. They'll be like, well, this D&D isn't exactly tabletop. And it's like, well, then go play tabletop. And then they start screaming. Oh, what was the movie where the hitman with a kid? Leon the Professional. Yeah, that's that movie. And I do love that. Jean Reno chewing gum to act like an American. That's what Americans are known for. We just all, it makes us, that's how you know who we are. People see us and they're like, those Americans, they love to chew gum. But yeah, you're allowed to be pedantic about games. You're allowed to be complaining about something. It's helpful. It's helpful to do that. It's better to be upset about fictional things than obsessed with the meanderings of the real world or TV. Which is weird, because, my mom is hugely into reality TV. She watches that Below Decks, stuff, where it's just like, here's rich people on a yacht. And I'm like, please sink. Please sink. Please let this be the episode where they sink. It never is. One of these days I'll get my reward. Alright, so we have a kitchen and we have a butcher. I'm going to put my storage areas in here. Yeah. So what we're going to do here... Well, I know. Dots, I agree with you. Everyone has their own little pedantic thing. Now, I love to play Kerbal Space Program because I know better. I know that's not how rockets are shaped. But then I try to make them fly anyways. I'm just like, in defiance of God and good reason. I'm like, this thing's gonna fly. And people are like, please don't. And I'm like, oh, come on, it'll be great. And they're like, Texas is awful. I'm like, no, it's not. It's funny. All right, let's do, okay, we need to make this for food. And then we need to make this for, yeah, all right, that's good enough. We'll fill that up, don't worry. And we're going to go in here and say, look, you can plump helmets for 2 months out of the year, and then the rest of the year, yeah, we should be fine. Just 7 dwarves, simple as can be. Oh, don't worry about it. I can make all sorts of fun things. Believe me, you are not going to like what I make. You're not going to like what I make in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. I introduce the definition of Elmo Zumwalt's nightmare, high-low on crack, which is a doctrine choice, a design choice, and mistakes all at the same time. And yeah, Tippy Truck the Rocket is kind of what I do. It's not a great rocket, but it is a rocket. Now, all of my rockets, they've never failed to go off. Now, whether they go up or not, that's different, and I don't think you should judge me on just that. I think a rocket is more than the sum of its explosions. I think rockets should be able to misbehave on occasion, you know? And if you're looking for surviving battleships, there's a number of them in America. Worldwide, though, not so many. Most countries got rid of theirs. And the further back you go, the fewer there are. But let's see. They're not all in America. There is a pre-dreadnought battleship in Japan, the Mikasa. But most of them get torn to pieces. HMS Victory is not a battleship. That's a first rate. That's different. Because in Britain, you've got that, the Belfast, and the HMS Warrior for notable collections of older vessels. Okay, let's see. I'm going to knock out this here, and I'm going to knock out that there, and I'm going to knock out that there, right? Oh, man. What is the rate ship thing about? Well, the English rating system is the method by which they would classify vessels for service. So, first rate being the heaviest, and sixth or seventh rate being the lightest. All right. Now, down here is where we're going to put our happy little trading post, where the dwarves can go in and show what few things we've created. But yes, the English rating system is much like anything else English. It makes sense at the moment, but the more you look at it, the more you get mad. The only thing I think the English rated very, very well was artillery, because it's weight of projectiles. But even then, once you get past the age of black powder, that becomes very, very suspect, because you start to look at things like the acceleration of munitions kind of making the weight of the projectile kind of not important so much. So let's get into the stoneworker. I'm going to put 2 stoneworkers up here, and I'll put our woodworkers down here. This is not the most efficient way, so please don't think I'm being efficient. There are more efficient ways to do this. This is not among them. Are you trying to take the Scharnhorst? Well, if it's a war grave, you're not going to be able to have it. However, if you can get it declared as a maritime hazard and thus salvage, anything is possible. Thumper on a hunchback. I'd say no. That's kind of a waste because the hunchback is up and close. I would definitely use the hunchback for directed hate. You need to have it show up in Mike Tyson, people. Otherwise, it's not living up to its name. If you want to stand off and do artillery, Hollander all day. It's designed for it. And I'm not an efficient person when it comes down to things, except for making film. Being able to make multiple feature-length films in 4K ultra-high def, 60 frames a second a year is on the bonkers end of things. Some would say very unhealthy, but I'm not going to listen to you because I can't read, because I'm building a road. Alright, now, to let the elves know that I hate them, we're going to build a road out of trees. We're going to use this palmetto wood because, yes, we're going to do this. Palmetto, indeed. Come on. Excellent. Let's do this. Good. Happy. Here, text, you say? If I click out of this, everything goes down. Not good. No can click out. Save it for later. And the Turbo Navy concept isn't dumb. It's just fun. It actually, any naval doctrine works if you work it. Like any naval doctrine works if you work it. I mean, just absolutely hands down. If you commit to a naval doctrine, it'll work. Trust me. It's one of those things of a lot of people will say, oh, well, you know, this doesn't seem like a sound naval doctrine. Let it work for 20 years. If you commit to a bit, it'll work. If you say the same unfunny joke every day, sooner or later someone will laugh. You know? Sooner or later. And howdy, Chippy. Hope you're doing all right. In fact, howdy, everyone. I'm saying howdy to everyone. All of you saying hi. All at the same time. How's that? Alright, so what we're going to do is build this nice pomelo log road. I've got some basic farming going here. This is not a good way of building anything. So we're going to go ahead and do it anyways. Put a stone stockpile there. I'm going to need to start getting into actual dwarven apartments, or they are going to start losing, and I quote, their shit. So we're going to go and build a nice little staircase that goes down through the earth. And as far as everyone on the earth, I wouldn't say hi to everybody. That's a waste of their fucking time. I mean, sooner or later, you're going to say hi to somebody who's like, shut up. You know what I mean? They're just going to say, shut up. Because they don't appreciate highs. Somebody's just a hermit and, you know, they're going to be like mad that you said hi. Now, those guys are assholes, but, you know, I mean, it's best to leave them alone, right? That's, some people it's just best to leave alone. You're like, oh, that guy. Gary's an asshole. So we're going to build some bins and we're going to build some barrels because we need to make booze and we need to make stuff that we can sell to elves. Now I managed to knock this down a few levels, right? And as soon as I knock this down a few levels, we're going to do this and that. See, simple as. And once I've got a nice layout here, I can then export this idea to lower levels because you can actually cut by just dragging them across Z levels, which is nice. Okie dokie. So these are going to be our dwarven rooms. And by rooms, I mean not really, but don't worry about it. It'll be okay. No dwarfs have died so far, so anyone who is predicting doom, death, destruction, disaster, or mayhem, you're wrong right now. Right now. I'm not saying you will be wrong forever. There will be all of those things. Sooner or later in this game, you end up thinking you're smarter than you are, and then you die. The game will kill you, and some people will sit there and go, man, this game is not fun because I died for no reason. In Dwarf Fortress, there's always a reason, but you have to do forensics on what you did. You're like, oh, that kid who said, if you don't give me a blah, I'll stab everyone, wasn't lying. So he proceeded to start stabbing, right? And his stabbing marathon ended with the death of XYZ, and then you end up with a dynastic change and a civil war or something. You know, just dwarf stuff. And yeah, the game punishes you for cataclysms beyond your wildest dreams, and that's okay. You're allowed to have those learning moments. We call it fun. We call it fun, right? It's fun. Dwarf Fortress is fun. We don't say, oh my god, I lost. Yes, you did. It's Dwarf Fortress. You fucking lost. It's okay, though. It's Dwarf Fortress. Losing at Dwarf Fortress is common. Making this game your bitch. Making this game behave. Making this game something you can control, something that you actually get good at, feels good. It feels like saying, I can run 2 miles. It feels that good. It feels like you've actually accomplished something. It's easy to be a hero in most games. To be good at Dwarf Fortress is not easy. Right now, I am barely manage competent, and I mean competent in air quotes. All the sarcasm in the world is implied in this. Do not tell Krug Smash I'm shitting all over his bread and butter. He's a very nice person. He doesn't need to be bothered with my incompetence. You tell him he's a good boy, and everyone likes him, and everyone thinks he's very kind and supportive and wholesome. That's what you say to Krug Smash. You don't bring shit to his doorstep. That is a good person. Dwarf Fortress would be very hard-pressed to find another incredible ambassador of the game as he. Period. Just period. He is the best in my eyes. Hands down. Hands down. Alright, so what we're going to do next is... Okay, that guy's just sleeping on the ground where he works. Nah, I've been there, bud. It's a little rough. It'll be alright. So, we're going to start building some roads and stuff out of trees because elves are lame. And as we go down and do what we do, we're going to smooth all this stone out. I'm going to smooth it all out. Okay, we got some migrants. This could be a problem. So far, nothing too terribly bad. However, if they think they're going to just lollygag in here, and they're like, I'm a fishery worker, I'll be like, wrong. You are nothing of the sort. You're going to work in the mines. You're going to work in the mines. Hold off on names in game yet. I'm waiting until Diggs can join me, and thus at that point, I will have someone help me redeem these names in game. But the first few years in the fortress are tenuous at best, I would say. So give me a moment to try to get this fucker situated before we can start settling in, right? The noises you will make. I have not tamed the birds. It's a leather worker. Isn't that amazing? Oh no, it looks like you have a new profession now. It's called rocks. Now get to it. Son of a bitch. Sitting there trying to act like he's not gonna. Oh god, that's just my back and my shoulders. Look, when people like posture check, I'm like, you sure? Because if I do that, you're not gonna feel good. And I will remind you, do not grow old without understanding that stretching and yoga are probably part of a healthy routine. Be active while you can. Please. Everyone needs... Oh, there we go. Okay. When it comes down to getting old, don't do it all at once. Never run to catch a bus or a train. There'll always be another. Look both ways before crossing the street. Remember that it's probably best to stop at 2 whiskeys. And you don't have to wear pants to have fun. And, you know, sooner or later, you're going to get old and you're going to find mayonnaise is spicy. And you're not going to like yourself afterward. And it's okay. You will get that old. Oh yeah, wear a bike helmet. That's a good one. No one's indestructible. Remember that most of the rules you come up with on your life, most other people you run into will not obey these rules. For any reason whatsoever. You'll run into you can go out there and drive as safe as you can fathom every day you are alive. You can go out there and drive just fine, right? And then you're going to drive into somebody because they don't. They are not going to drive fine. They're like, I'm going to update my terms and service on the Samsung phone at 45 with my knees. And hey, Father Bill, yeah, you got to do your stretches or you sound like I do, which is just like a big bowl of pork cracklings. So we're doing some Dwarf Fortress today. There is one bit of truth I can at least offer, and that is the enduring statement of not knowing what the hell you're doing. That's quite normal. So if any of you out there have started to think you've reached an age in which you have the universe figured out and its total balance, you're wrong. Because just give it I'd say plus minus 3 years. Mr. Train agrees. Just give it a few years and you will find that the world changes. So you'll be sitting there going, I know what the fuck I'm doing. 2-3 years down the road, you'll be like, I do not know what the fuck I'm doing. And that just keeps going on as a continual evolution of things, right? It's just going to keep going. Every few years, you're going to be like, well, I didn't know shit then, but I know shit now. No, sorry. That's going to keep going until you're very, very old. And you're going to go, does anyone know what they're doing? And no, they don't. Yeah, I think that train just runs on a circuit around my house. He's like a horn evaluator for the rail service. He goes around and he's like, check this shit out. That's a full-time job. All right, so I'm going to add stonework and engraving to my miners, and I'm going to add mining to this guy, and I'm going to have them do all of those things. Oh, man. Yeah, he's testing train horns. Now, there is the one guy who comes by and he's like, DJ train horn. That guy. Oh my God. That guy is amazing. That guy comes by at like 4 a.m. and he's like, let me sing you the song of my people. And he's like, beep, 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 beep. Like, he is in there jamming out. Now, I'm not trying to say that if I had a hammer, I would walk out there and smash his head in. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that if I had a hammer, he might be in trouble. That guy applies the train in a way that is a weapons-grade annoyance. That guy is not a good person. I'm not trying to say that this man needs to be barred from good times or, I don't know, the joys of the afterlife or, good fortune. But that guy uses that horn within the full capacity of its possibilities. There is no amount of that button that he does not press early in the morning. That guy is insane. He is insane. I've tried to figure that guy out for a while. I can. So DJ Train Horn Man is out there just blowing it his best, and he's very irregular about it because he does it about every 6 weeks. He's like, it is time for horn. My time has come. It is time for Merry Hornmas. And yeah, he is the strongest. He basically does to the train horn what my Diablo finger does in Diablo 2, where you're just like, just constantly. I'm not sure if he's like making up for something, right? Yeah. Maybe it is personal therapy. Maybe he's like, I'm divorced, beep, 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 just goes for it, right? I couldn't tell you. Some people are just crazy at their job, They can't help themselves. They just took some crazy pills and decided to do it. Perhaps it's scheduled. That's quite possible. My old high school nemesis will be sound asleep at 4:12 a.m. every second week. All shall know my vengeance. See, that sounds cool. That sounds cool. Also, I have no nemesis, so I wish I had that kind of pull in this world, but brother, I don't, you know. I think that would be cool if that was like a Bond villain, you know, it's like, no, Mr. Bond, I'm afraid I must toot. Toot, toot, Mr. Bond. Like, that also sounds cool. Probably not true, though, right? Probably not a Bond villain of Train. It's just like, I'm afraid, Mr. Bond, all we have is doot, and there shall be doot for all. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe he likes, you know, maybe he likes the train a lot. No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to be annoyed. Yeah, well, that's fair. He is really reaching prime horn. If there was like a gold medal awarded to a train man for doing his tootie, he'd be winning that award every year. They'd be like, and it's the 4:20 a.m. train for Mr. Toot Toot. Maybe there is a medal. We don't know. I mean, we don't know. We don't know if there is a medal, you know. There could be a train. Maybe there's a train Olympics, and it's like most number of toots at a stop. And he just rolls up, and he's like, I'm getting this year. I may not have achieved anything in my life, but I will get that horn medal, you know? Maybe he's lost. That's true. I've never quite understood how a lot of the things happen on trains. I realize a lot of it probably has to do with just poor maintenance of the rails. But when they're like, the train went off the rail, I was like, you had one job. Keep it on the rails, you know. You're like, oh, it's too fast, and you back it off a little. It's not like you have to steer, right? You just got to gently push up on that lever until it's at a certain amount of, you know, choo-choo, a certain critical amount of choo-choo, and then you back it off if you've used too much choo-choo, right? Just too much choo-choo. So there's a critical choo-choo level on trains. A critical choo-choo level, which if you exceed may make the train unsafe. Also, the last time I played a train simulator, I wish to say that I derailed that train so bad it looked like someone threw nunchucks into the woods. It was horrific. Because I, like in many moments of my life, greatly underestimated how difficult something could be, right? So I'm sitting there. Okay, imagine, those of you who've seen me play Kerbal, imagine that, but with a train. I was just rolling along in the train simulator, and I was like, this is too fucking long. I mean, the trains in Europe do like 200 miles an hour. Well, I could do 200 miles an hour, so I'm just standing on the gas like, come on, let's go. And, you know, the game is giving me warnings like, you're going too fast. And I'm like, that's a matter of perspective. You know, how dare you? How dare you stop me on my journey of self-actualization vis-a-vis the rail industry? And yeah, I found out that trains can fly, which is pretty cool. I'm just glad that wasn't real life, because a lot of people would be dead. Choo-choo. So we're building plenty of bins, and we're building plenty of barrels, and slowly getting things to where they need. I'm watching my drink level, and they're saying it's about 90, which is a lie. But it's a comfortable enough lie that I'm willing to believe it. Now, I'm going to finish smoothing this out. I will put rock beds in all these rooms. Everyone can sleep on a rock like an adult. Or not. I don't care. They can sleep on a rock like an adult, right? Come on. It'll be fine, right? What's the worst that could happen? We only have 11 dwarves and only 2 of them are like, Because the dwarves, okay, look, let me walk you through. Those of you who don't know Dwarf Fortress, let me walk you through the ratings of dwarves, right? There's this, which is just, happy. And there's, And there's, And there's, And there's, And there's, And there's, oh yeah, brother. And then they just start punching holes in shit. So you need to make sure that they don't go from up here to down here, right? That's the emotion chart, right? So the bad parts happen around this end, where they'll start to get really crazy ideas and start being like, wouldn't it be cool if I punched the spine out of that baby? And you're like, oh, that's not so good. They start doing like Bond villain monologues, but, they start getting a little crazy. And it's okay. Mr. Train again. It's Mr. Train coming down the tracks to remind us that he exists. Let's rate this train, shall we? On a scale of 0 to sad. So far only 1 toot, so professional. You're supposed to sound the horn about a mile to the passing. Now, most don't do that. Most will just hold the bastard down. They'll be like, you know what? I'm lonely and you're gonna feel it. And they just hold it down all the way through. So that one, professional guy. That's a good guy. That's a good guy right there. That's a 1 tutor. He's got respect. Yeah. And thanks for saying that Mr. Train is one of the best parts of the streams. You're more than welcome to enjoy Mr. Train. Mr. Train probably does want my autograph so he can burn it because he's a psychopath. Mr. Train. Mr. Train, the toot machine we don't deserve. Adventures in America with Mr. Train. Yeah, I don't have a choice in enjoying Mr. Train. Ask any of the Patreon people. I'll be sitting there on the update, sitting there talking about life or where we are with the project, and I'll be like, it's really hard to create as a creator. We've had the various setbacks, and then you just hear, and you're like, never mind, God damn it. Because, you're trying to live in that moment of emotion and convey yourself, and the train's like, bring it back down to earth. And you're like, thank you for the reminder. You've witnessed Mr. Train. Now you can go to sleep. All right, well, have a good one. Yes, they're telling me that the outpost liaison has arrived. I got nothing to trade him, so he can go away. Thanks. I've just now started to get beds in. Where was I? Yes, the murdering of a train. Toot toot, Mr. Bond. I'm afraid you'll find your freight moved. I'm gonna have him send me some cheese. I'm gonna give me the cheese. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, good job. I'm not sure if the train is a damned industry, or doomed, but I do know it can be annoying, especially when you live near the tracks. Most countries have laws about train horns and crossings and all sorts of stuff. America just is like, bring it. You'll be sitting there going, why? Why is this like, bring it. Why does this rail go through the middle? Who cares? You could have it go through an elementary school. Just be like swing set, train track. Oh, man. All right, so we're almost done detailing this floor. We have some beds, which is fine. I'm hoping to get all beds so the dwarves can sleep on not floor or wherever they fall down from working. All right, there we go. A water break? Okay, hold on. Here we go. There, water, like substance. It is not a water, it is a Diet Coke. Look, I know I should drink more water, but the problem is I have a habit, right? And the habit is using it to make coffee. Some people say I should drink more water, and I'm like, I do. It's what coffee's made out of. About 90% of coffee is water. But 90%. I mean, most of us is water by weight and stuff. Yeah, coffee is water. I told my doctor that. They were like, how much coffee do you drink a day? And I was like, well, about 2 pots. And he's like, do you just drink it out of the pot? And I was like, no, I have a roommate. He might want a cup. That would be rude. That would be exceptionally rude, you know. Yeah, 90% of water is water, you know. But I do try to drink most of the coffee. It's because it's good. Coffee is good for you. I'm not going to say that like as a medical expert. That's not true. There's well, never trust internet for medical anything. I remember when WebMD became a thing and everyone suddenly had lupus. They're like, you might have lupus. And I'm like, that thing may be fucked up. And they're like, no. This is computers. WebMD, the Reddit of medicine. I used to like reading Yahoo Answers, you know. I used to really like reading Yahoo Answers. Because you'd have people asking shit that was amazing. They were like, how come my Pescatio shoots lightning? And people are like, is the spoon in the bowl? And then the person would delete their account. You're like, the answer to that is yes. You gotta have fun with that shit. Alright, so we have more than enough beds. This trader is sitting here like, I've come all this way to trade. And we're like, uh-huh. Look, we got beds. People are getting in the beds, and it's good. So there's this thing I do every year, where some of you are going to say I'm insane. And you're going to say that before I even start talking. Please don't. Let me finish, then you can call me insane. If that's a deal. If that's a deal, we can continue. If you let me, oh, well, Striker, that's just not nice. But look, there's this thing I do every other year, really. I call it the cycle, where I watch Star Trek, and I start at TOS, right? And then I go to TNG, and then I go to DS9, which is my favorite, and then we go to Voyager, right? Right, we go to Voyager, and then we try to make it through Enterprise, and then that's it. And in between, we see the movies at the appropriate points we shall. So, Mr. Goat has never seen all of Star Trek. Never seen all of Star Trek. So I said, we're going to watch all of Star Trek, Mr. Goat. So I watched Goat sit there for the very first time, watch the original series. And he goes, wow, you know, even though the effects are limited and, you know, the acting is hammy, I can see why people like this. And Goat understood where a lot of references in sci-fi books, movies, comics, all these things come from. Oh, wow, that's a reference to the original series episode, blah, blah, blah. I understand. I get it. And Goat was appreciative. Then we get to TNG. And Goat goes, okay, I like that character, and I like that character, and I like this plot point, and I like that plot point, and I like this, and I like that, you know, and having fun and going through the steps. And I'm like, oh, that's good. That's good. We get to DS9, and Goat goes, I love DS9. Like, it was a slow burn, but the characters are interesting, and things evolve, and there's arcs, and all of this fun stuff. And I'm like, right. So we get to Voyager. Now, some of you are already knowing what's going to happen, right? We get to Voyager. And so, Goat just watches Voyager. Oh man, we got another wave of migrants. That's good, because I just put a bunch of them to work. But, so we get to Voyager. And Goat just starts leaning back in the chair further and further, and I realize he's willing himself to die faster. Like he's using some sort of breathing technique to make time pass quickly. But he's realized that Captain Janeway, well, Kate Mulgrew is actually a really good actress who's been really good in a great number of things. In a great number of things. Her portrayal of Captain Catherine Janeway is amazing in how insane she is. And Depp put it best. Depp summed up Janeway in the best way possible. All right. Janeway version 1. Janeway version 1 is simple. I will kill everyone on board to save this butterfly. See, if you smoke enough, you can do a Janeway. Janeway 2. I will kill every butterfly on this planet to save my crew. Right? Janeway 3. There's coffee in that nebula. So those 3 Janeways are put in a shell game and spun around, and you get a new Janeway every episode. Completely different. Just completely different. It's one of those 3 themes. Captain Catherine Kill 'Em All Janeway. Like, people said that, you know, Avery Brooks's depiction of Sisko was a crazy person. And I'm like, no. Avery Brooks's depiction was of any human reaction to those situations. He plays Sisko how a human being would react. Janeway is a depiction of a crazy person. I'm telling you. Janeway is just one of those things of, this lady's crazy. Like, if I was on the bridge and Janeway's like, we have to save that butterfly, I'd be like, I'm gonna shoot her with this phaser. And yeah, you're always at the mercy of the writers. Now, years later, I saw an interview with Kate Mulgrew. Years later. And she said that, you know, she was a single mom working 16, 18-hour days on set, trying to nail this techno-babble and all this other bullshit. Yeah, she did the best she could, right? She did the best job she could, but they wrote her terribly. They wrote her terribly. Kate Mulgrew, if I had to have her revisit Janeway as a character, you know, I would have her explain her conduct on Voyager is that's what Starfleet corrected the record to be to cover up the war crimes. What you're seeing is a holographic reinterpretation to try to make sense of all the other horrible shit that actually happened. That would be, she's like, now I burned that planet. They didn't have coffee, so I said, fuck them. I have photon torpedoes. You know? She's just sitting there like in the bath with a joint, you know, smoking it, and she's like recording her memoirs, and she's like, then I burned the atmosphere off the planet. Next chapter. I told Tuvok to shut up. I don't like him. See, I like Tuvok, though. And yeah, the 8 million deaths of Harry Forever and Ensign Forever Alone Kim. Poor Harry Kim. You could have killed his character off midway through a season and no one would have noticed. You know? Like, it just... They gave him nothing to work with. Which is a shame. It's just a goddamn shame, but I mean, that happens. It's just like the writers don't like you for some reason. Alright, I'm going to build some tables, and I'm going to build some chairs, because we have doors. Actually, I need more doors. What am I thinking? I'm an idiot. I got distracted dishing on Star Trek. I could talk Star Trek forever. And before anyone says text talk Star Trek when I have more money or all the funds in the world or none of the worries, I've learned you can only do so much. I would actually talk Star Trek. I'm just not a character that would fit within Star Trek, though. I don't think they need a Professor Tex in Star Trek. I'd be like, this is why you killed the Borg. This is why we need Thompson submachine guns. Oh, man. Alright, so we have a bunch of beds. There we go. We're going to put a shale door in there and a shale door in there. Can you imagine a shale door? You'd slam that thing and it would fucking explode. Alright, so we're going to put a bed, right? Yeah, Thompson machine phaser? No. Why use energy when you can use bullet? What are my thoughts on For All Mankind? I've actually been watching this series, off and on, and I enjoy it. As an alternate history, I think it is certainly fantastical in many of its depictions of things, but good, and I actually enjoy it. I enjoy For All Mankind. Foundation I was split on, because I loved the books as a kid, and I think that telling a lot of the story all over the place doesn't work. I really don't think so. Hey, Maddle, how's it going? And I know the Federation can do slug throwers. I don't think they do them well, right? But yeah, kinetic weapons are better. So we're building some Dwarf Fort, and it's all good, mostly, right? Isn't that the theory? Look, no one has died yet. Everyone's fine. It's Dwarf Fortress time. Look, there's a few oopsies. And I don't think that, I mean, I know some people who really hate Star Trek Discovery or Lower Decks or whatever. I'm like, yeah, at this point, anything you make is going to make somebody mad because we live in this Reddit age of the internet. And this Reddit age of the internet is largely just everyone has to have a hot take on something. Everyone has to be mad and be like, this is the worst thing ever. And it's like, no, it's not. I mean, there's plenty of worse things going on a day-to-day basis to really make you mad about things, but you don't need to be mad at everything, especially like a TV show. Like it's a TV show. But some people just gotta freak out, right? So they're gonna go like, this thing is the worst thing since cancer. And you're like, I don't know. I think cancer's pretty bad. I've seen a few episodes of Discovery, and I just started laughing. Like, if it makes you laugh, it's not all bad. Now, is it Star Trek? No, it's not. But, you can sit there and derive some enjoyment. That's okay. Yeah, if you don't like it, don't spend your time hating something. Some people just feel like they need to have that nemesis of a relationship. I hate this thing. It's like, nah, fuck it. It's not that important. There's plenty of other things to be upset about. I used to tell one of my friends he couldn't be mad if his room was dirty. So he would get mad, and I'd be like, all right, but is your room dirty? And he'd be like, motherfucker, and then start cleaning his room. But I think that's fair as far as, alignment of your moral self. You can't be mad if your room's dirty. Now, if your room's perfectly clean, can't be mad if your checkbook's unbalanced. Just keep adding things in there. Now, if you have everything taken care of and you're still mad, okay, that's legit, right? All right, here we go. Waiting for door. Yeah, you can't be mad if it's Wednesday. Imagine if that was a law. Like the police blow the door off the hinges. All right, bedrooms, multi. There we go. Bedrooms, multi. See, I'm building all these bedrooms for the dwarves. That way they won't murder me. That's actually hopeful thinking. They might just murder me anyways. They do that. So here we go. Done and done. Happy. Now, Star Trek Strange New Worlds is good, except for some of the episodes are just so smash on the floor weird. They did a musical for one of the episodes, and I just said, what? I said that out loud. It was just like text dialogue. What? They did a musical. Now, I'm not trying to say that you can't do a musical, but you probably shouldn't in Star Trek. I'm not trying to tell you how to run your show, but they did a musical. It was not good. All right, there we go. I'm building myself a giant diamond. Look at how nice that is. Nice little diamond there. Happy. I think that this is perfectly fine as a fortress so far. I've made a pleasing shape. Also, I've got more shale to work with. Also, do we have enough tables? Probably not, but I'm trying to make more doors. More doors for more whores. Actually not, but I'm gonna need to make some things to make the dwarves a little happier than they are now. Right now I've got their basics. I'm starting to get the liquor stockpile back up to where it needs to be. I'm also going to make sure that they are planting plump helmets for all 4 seasons because I'm not dumb. I might be dumb. I just forgot something in there. Thank God I wasn't cooking or we'd be out of food right now. It might arrive by Christmas, Metal. It might arrive by Christmas. Maybe. Maybe. Oh my God, we got one of these. A gray langur overcome by terror. So we got some mammals running around in the fortress, probably trying to steal stuff. That's not so good. They're bastards. They'll just annoy the dwarves, but not enough to really be a problem. So this area here is going to be my workshop. Let's see. Jeweler. All right, we put a jeweler over here, and we're just going to have this be our stone cutting and jewelry area for all of our arts and crafts. There we go. There we go. Oh, I didn't finalize it. I'm dumb. That'll happen. There we go. Accept. And then this will be for gems. Ah, see? Fancy in the pantsy. Now, when it comes down to all sorts of fun things to do, the Black Pants Legion Auxiliary is out there, and just by watching this stream, you can join that Discord. That is the public-facing Discord of the Black Pants Legion. That is our official fan Discord. And, even funnier, there's a lot of shenanigans in that Discord. A lot of good ones. A lot of excellent shit posts. But, important to note, we have started a Black Pants Legion, believe it or not, Space Station 13 server. Space Station 14 server, I should say. And in that server, members of the Ox are welcome. And the BPL, including Maddle here, who is in the chat. I would like everyone, if they could, to just say thanks, Maddle, for making a station. Because that shit's not easy. Yeah, she made a fucking map for the game. So, you know, if you can, say thank you. That would be nice. So one of our dwarves beat a monkey to death right there. Just got tired of it and smashed it into monkey bits. So now I have to make a corpse room. And that's fine. It's just not on my to-do list, you know. Well, make a corpse room. You never want to be the guy who makes the corpse room. But yeah, sooner or later you're going to be that guy. All right, there we go. Alright, so this room is full of corpses and, let's see, crap. Gabbage. Put all that in there. Man, I lean back in my chair just to stretch my shoulders, and the chair is just like thunk. I'm like, oh, well, thank you, chair. But yeah, that's where I put my gabbage. Throw it all in there. Yeah, look, we just throw our corpses in there. No one will know. No one will know. Oh, another monkey running around. You want to get smashed into gabbage? It's just running around like, please don't hurt me. And I'm like, too late. Look, it's the corpse pile. It's where you put the corpses. The corpses go in the corpse room. I'm also going to tell these guys to cut some gems so when the people come by next year, I won't have more than smiles to show them. Alright, I also... Are those fucking Hanses and camels and shit? Alright, look, we're going to go into our furniture table. Table. Alright, so stop making tables. Start making chairs. There we go. Thrones! Alright, rock door. 100% organic corpse room. Look, I'm going to beat those horses to death if they come near my fortress. This is a no horseplay zone. No horseplay. None. Zero. Alright, so, what are we gonna do? We have enough doors. Cease door making. Begin rock making. They're like, what? I'm like, take those rocks and turn them into bricks. And they're like, because they probably wanted to grow up to be anything other than a mason. Too bad. Not everyone gets to be an astronaut. Here we go. Oh no. A monkey stole a step ladder. Now someone can't fall and cripple themselves. Oh no. I am afraid of the clop clop. Horses are fucking scary. They bite. They kick. Horses are scary. They're big. They fart louder than you can think. It's terrifying. I mean, run that through your noodle. All right, let's see. Where's my... All right, I need to give this guy a job. One moment. Bookkeeper. Yep. The carpenter? No. Why are you a carpenter? Hold on, let me get into my... yeah. He became a carpenter. I'll be damned. All right, well, that's fine, because guess what? Record keeper, broker? Yeah. Yep, that's your job now. Your job is to do both of those things. And he's like, ooh, and I'm like, it's okay. Now welcome to your office. All right, let's see. Broker. Yeah, and it's also an office for, all right, yeah, good enough. Now start figuring math out. Tell me how many seeds I have. I need to know. He's going to do 2 jobs and probably in between some carpentry so he can take out his aggression on the abacus. Yeah. Record things on paper? Well, that sounds good because I hate trees. He could ask Mr. Train, that's true. All right, so it looks like we have an accurate count. Not a lot of plants left. We got plenty of booze. So let's go ahead and tell our guys to start grabbing all this plant stuff from the ground. And we'll see if we can't make it into exotic and interesting liquor. And then we're going to make an actual storage for our finalized storage area, which is important for our finished goods. This is just going to be very simple. It doesn't need to be fancy. Your finished goods area never needs to be fancy. Ever. Ever. And I have made statues of elves out of wood, and I did trade it to them, and because they were of exquisite quality, the elves took them. Now, this was a much earlier version of the game, but it made them so mad as well. They took it as a gift, they said thank you, and then they went home, thought about it, and declared war. That is a victory. They were like, how dare they give us something we can't destroy because it's too nice? That's elves. I agree. I agree. But elves are bastards, and we know this. Alright, so this is going to be our finished goods room, which is not that important. Alright, we're going to go down a few more Z levels here. And we're just going to keep going. It's going to be okay, Chad. It's going to be okay. Everything's going to be all right. Don't worry about it. On average, how deep are the caverns? Check the wiki for the latest information that is the most accurate on that. I don't want to lie to you, right? I don't want to lie to you. I don't want to lie to you on that. But I know it's at about 30 is when you start to run into that. And I think I mean negative 30, not positive. Okay, so we're going to knock some of these walls down. We're going to slowly build up our happy little cavern full of dumb people. That's what we do. Happy little cavern. So, this is not a great fortress, but it is a fortress. And we are making things, but not great things. I'm hoping to continue to make bins and barrels until we can have plenty of everything. I'm leaving the wagon alone for now until we finish out our... Oh, finished goods room is done. We're going to put you here, and then we're going to hit accept, and then we're going to repaint this stockpile by trying to remove the corner. Ugh. All right, I fucked that up. It's okay. You can fuck up in Dwarf Fortress. It's part of learning. Okay, now I put my furniture goes in here. Yeah, no, actually. And then I put my finished goods in there. Correctamundo. And that'll do. Yeah, okay, go in there. Happy, happy. It'll be fine. And see you later, hamster. Hope all is well. So, we build our happy little, fort filled with happy little dwarves. And if they're not happy, I'll make them happy. That's what it's about. Let's see. All right, slowly getting there. So we have our finished goods stockpile, which is, not really important. And then we're going to now remove the wagon, so they will move that shit indoors. We're slowly starting to get a positive stockpile of drinks, plants, and stuff. And yeah. Oh, the Dwarf Fortress wiki is a wonderful wiki. It really is. Oh, yes. So I picked up random stuff outside, like random fruits and shit. We're going to make that into hard liquor right away. It's going to be good. Happy, happy, joy, joy. But yes, please do read and listen to the Dwarf Fortress wiki. There's infinite information in there. And it's really well written. And you can actually go back and look at the versioning of Dwarf Fortress, and there's all sorts of fun details in there. And it will teach you some of the basics, the mechanics, and how the world works. So you're like, why is this way? There's an answer. If not, watch Krug Smash. That man knows pretty much everything about the game, and I don't think he'd lie to you. Doesn't seem the sort. All right, here we go. We're now going to build our little model dwarven village here, right? Except it's not going to be the same as above because I'm an idiot. It's okay. That can happen. So space, space. Space, 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 space. All right. Just make sure, because there's that double space on the stairs. So I'm trying to build my fortress out for the next layer of people, just to make sure for when they show up. And Sarna's pretty alright, but Dwarf Fortress is also a very good wiki. I'm not going to try to start a wiki war or something, but anything's better than Wikipedia. Wikipedia has an entry on water. It's just like, guys, please, not everything needs a wiki entry. Water has made the following appearances in Star Wars. Please don't. Trust me, I'm sure that most settings have water. Oh, I'm not lying. I'm not lying at all. And the 40k wikis are pretty much good for reference, but anymore it also reminds you that 40k has become an unintentional self-parody and is nothing but borrowed pop culture references. They'll be like, oh yes, the guy who's in charge of this, Khal Drogo. And I'm like, oh, you mean Khal Drogo from Game of Thrones? And they're like, no. That's not that. It's different. I assure you. Yep, there we go. Water. Star Wars Wiki. All right. Okie doke. So we're starting to get our dwarves up. Oh, man. So, come on. Let's get this Dwarf Fortress going. I'm going to put a nice stone wall on the front. And then I will build a nice stone front door. Just to keep assholes out. Because you need something to keep the assholes out in Dwarf Fortress. Because they'll just come right in. They'll just help themselves. And you'll be like, please don't come into my fortress. And they'll be like, I'm going to destroy you with a hammer. Creatures are like that in Dwarf Fortress. You'll run into all sorts of things that are just absolutely terrible. Oh, man. I hear the Elder Scroll wiki is like fucking crazy, but Elder Scrolls lore is insane. I had it told to me once against my will. I was on a long car ride with somebody who knew it like the back of their hand, and they decided I needed to know it. And it just went on and on and on. And I'm going to say this, that is some deep dive shit. That is the deep dish. Just like, holy crap. I didn't know that this silly, putty-faced civilization had such a deep history. Yeah. You're like, but why does everyone's faces look derpy? And it's like, don't worry about that. In the year blah blah blah, Emperor so-and-so made a dog whistle that he used to call a dragon. And you're like, yeah? It just keeps going and going and going. And you're like, why? Because. All right, let's see. What can we make? So I'm going to make... I'm going to make... What am I going to give these guys in each of their rooms that will make them happy? I could put coffins in there just to kind of see where the future's going to be. Statues, right? Okay, statue. Yeah, we're going to make some statues. I'm building rock floors that are all nice. It's going to be good. It'll be fine. And I know Marathon, I mean, God, anything of old Bungie, including Halo, had really good stories. Halo had a good story. Marathon had a deep story. It's not about graphics. Sooner or later, EA will realize that. Probably too late. They'll be like, why is no one buying our shit anymore? It's like, well, because people discovered real games. Like Dwarf Fortress, Caves of Cud, and so on. It's a good time. All right, so... we're building ourselves a nice stone floor. Well, it's not really nice. It's rough. It's a rough stone floor. It's not a great stone floor at all. It's very fucked up. I imagine it as being fairly sharp. You know, you're walking along and your shoe just comes off or apart. It's not a great floor. Look, I only have one really turbo-mad dwarf. The rest are pretty okay. I'm pretty sure that he's mad for stupid reasons. He's probably just going to be upset. He's going to be like, I don't like living in the dark. A bat stole my child. Blah, blah, blah. You know, just something stupid. Something you should just relax over. He'll be alright. Yeah, I mean, you should get over it. Sometimes life has a sharp floor, boys and girls. Sometimes you have a sharp floor. Make rock statues, indeed. They're upset at something. I really can't be bothered. They're going to be like, I don't like this. It makes me sad. And I'll be like, uh-huh. I think working through the sadness is called being an adult. You can mow the lawn and cry at the same time. That's called therapy. All right, now, we're going to make some wheelbarrows, and we're going to go fine. Yeah, it'll be all right. Wow, 150 people on a Monday? I got to not look at that number. That freaks me out. That's too many people. What are you guys doing? All right, let's prove you're not robots. What are you having for dinner? What are you having for dinner? Prove it. Prove it. Prove you're not robots. All right. Pizza, soup, beer, turkey soup, ham and bean soup, chicken vindaloo, my pride, spaghetti, robot, crackers. You're not allowed to eat crackers. This is not a Victorian wastrel story. Oh, man. Okay, pizza. Beef fried rice. Okay, that's a good one. All right, that's fine. Pierogies? Okay. Uh-huh. Nuts and bolts with a side of hot oil and circuits. I saw that. So either you're playing Caves of Cut or you're fucking robots. And a lot of first-time chatters who just started talking because I was like, what are you eating? All right, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not judging. I'm not judging. Okay, here's my next question. And I think this is kind of important. So when I was a kid, turkey soup was always discussed as something to do with leftovers from Thanksgiving. But I've never fucking seen turkey soup in my life. Chicken soup all day long. Never turkey soup. Never seen it. I've seen it at a restaurant once, but I've never seen anyone have it. They're just like, oh, you could have some turkey soup for leftovers. So I'm wondering, is that something people just say? Or do other people do that? I'm just wondering. Because I'm thinking turkey is just for eating. Like just mouth, you know? Okay, it seems like I'm in the minority on that. All right, that's fine. That's fine. I'm sorry. Now, for those of you who had to know, I did work through Thanksgiving. So my Thanksgiving dinner came out of the microwave, and thus it is not really a big holiday for me. But I am thankful. Thankful that it's still alive. Thankful that I can complain. Thankful for Dwarf Fortress continuing to be a good game. Thankful for you guys showing up. And I probably would have worked anyways, even if I didn't have to. I'm not good at this whole self-compassion thing. I once actually accidentally got gun oil in my eye before a stream like 3 years ago. And I was like, I'm sorry, I can't see out of my left eye. And chat was like, why? And I was like, oh, I'm a little blind from gun oil. And everyone in chat is going like, please go wash your eye out. So I'm thankful. I just have no self-preservation skills. That eye healed up fine, by the way. You know, it's fine. The human body can take a lot of damage. It's amazing. I saw a guy get hit by a car once, and he got up, and he was mad because his watch broke. I was blown away. I was like, this is a blessed moment to be alive. If I got up off the ground from being hit by a car, I would just be so thankful I wasn't dead. And this guy was mad. So you gotta have your moments, right? All art depicts you with an eye patch. No, I have 2 eyes. There's a lot of art of me. Or rather, I shouldn't say of me, because that's not me, that's a character. I don't drive battle mechs in real life. I hate to ruin that for you. It's not my vocation. You know, that's not what I do for a living. I do not have a robot arm. I do not have a eye patch. Now, if I lost an eye, and they're like, you could have a glass eye or an eye patch, I'm getting the eye patch. I will do that. I will do that. If I lost an eye and they said you could have a glass eye or an eye patch hands down. I've pretended to be a pirate on occasion. I would like that option with props. Hands down. Hands down, you know. Hands down. Yeah. No, I didn't rub the gun oil in my eye on purpose. I was working on an 1885 Winchester, and I had replaced the bolt, and it was a very tight fit. And so I had been in there, and I was like, I'll just get this lubricant in there, and then it right in my eye, and I was like, no, oh shit, it's stream time, and that was an idiot. And I just get on stream and I'm like, oh yeah, I can only see 60% of my vision. This is normal. And then, yeah, I'm an idiot. I'm a total idiot. But, you know, you gotta be... It was cool to work on the 1885. Hell of a lever gun. Those were the lever guns, the Winchester's line of lever guns that were designed for big game hunting. So you have the 1895, which uses Spitzer bullets or pointed bullets like 7.62 by 54R. The Russian army had a whole bunch of them. Those are cool. But the 1885s were in stuff like 45.70, 50.90, which is robust. Very robust. Really, really good action, strong action Winchesters. And so getting a chance to work on one was just amazing. Was just an amazing experience. And does Tex have an elemental waifu? No. Believe it or not. All right. I can give you guys a bit of lore if you want. Personal story lore. It's interesting. So I was on stream once, years ago, and somebody asked if I had ever been married because they had said something to the tune of, I'm bitter like a divorced man is. And I'd said, no, I am not. I am not a divorcee. But I had said I had one long-term successful relationship in my life, and the rest were shorter-term flings. Things didn't work out. Went our both ways. You know, one person has to move, the other person has to move. You have to take a job in another city. Shit happens, you know. Plenty of shorter-term relationships, but only one long and lasting one. And so, of course, internet being the internet, and me being a private person, people asked, oh, what was she like? What was she like? And I said, amazingly enough, she was a power lifter, among her other hobbies. By vocation, she was a baker. So, up every morning at like 3 in the morning making shit. Very strong person. She could bench press me, and I'm not a small person. So everyone was like, oh, snoo. So as a nod to that, we made Professor Tex's ex-wife the elemental lady. It has just kind of spiraled from there as a meme. But it was based in reality. Very nice person, and made near perfect bagels. Near perfect pretzels as well. And I'm talking soft pretzels, like the kind that you can tear slowly, that just have that depth of flavor and like a little bit of fennel in them. They were incredible. But yeah, there's your lore. Nothing too exciting. Just that little bit of meme is actually based in reality. Very pleasant person, not a negative breakup, nothing grim or sad, nobody died. Just, you know, people have to move on for various reasons. Nice lady. Excellent taste in music. Now, here's the real question. Here's the real lore for you guys, okay? Just real question. You guys know that hard pretzels are bullshit, right? I'm just saying this. Like, hard pretzels are bullshit. They need to be soft, yes? Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Because I think hard pretzels are not pretzels. I think those are chips with pretzel-like ideation. Because, like, soft pretzels in beer cheese, like, that is up there. Hard pretzels, not so much. I'm just saying. Man's got to take a stand on something. Yeah, soft pretzels are the bomb. That's why Auntie N's in the mall, in American malls, is never going to go out of business. You can smell that from down the block, and you're like, today's the day I get a fucking pretzel. You're not wrong. Those people don't have to advertise. They have pretzels. Hat, you've never had soft God damn it. You're Germany's Hat. Look, Hat, all right, look, Hat, I need you to go down to former Schleswig-Holstein territory in Oktoberfest and say, get me the biggest fucking pretzel you have. You grab that kraut by the neck and you go, give me the pretzel. Give to me the pretzel. Yeah, just shake the man, pick him up off the ground, and say, I am taking the pretzel. I'm taking the pretzel. I'm taking it. See? Just take it from them. Germans are used to that sort of stuff. You just show up and you say, give me the pretzel. And they'll probably say something about the police, but you don't have to listen. Just run away. You have the pretzel now. They're powerless. Look, I'm just going to say this. Pretzels are awesome. There. Now it's on the record. So we're building, let's see. Everyone has a statue in their room. Let's take a look at some of this art to make sure it's not crap. A microcline statue of worms. This is a well-crafted microcline statue of worms. The item is a well-designed image of two worms in microcline. Good Christ. No wonder they're depressed. Let's see. It's about a creature. This one's about a jaguar. This one is worms. A finely crafted microcline statue of worms. What about this one? It's a church statue of worms. All right. Okay, what about this one? Okay, see, it's a deity of scholarship. See, that's normal. Cave spider, that's neat. A cardinal, all right, yeah, okay. Peafowl. Is this worms? It's a statue of worms. Like what, 20% of our statues are worms? Good God. Why? Just, no, don't show it to Zenith. She'll just be like, worms are the way. Not great worms, just like the worms. Just like worms you find on the ground. Well, in the ground. All right, let's build more wall. No, not floor. Whatever. We'll just keep going. So we're starting to get our plant back up. Okay, they're not brewing, and that's fine. We're getting into our carpenter's workshops and stoneworkers' workshops. Good. All right, we're going to need to get these guys to keep making more rock blocks. We have the dwarfs we have one that is just absolutely incomprehensibly pissed off as dwarves go. Yeah, it's not those worms like the show Worms or the game Worm. Why would it say the show Worm? Yeah, you know the Worm show on TV? It's so crazy. No. Why? Let's see. Cabinet. I'm going to give them dwarves some cabinets because dwarves love cabinets, right? I would watch a Worms TV show. Everybody's going to die to war crimes in like 8 seconds. All right, there we go. Earthworm Jim was fun. Earthworm Jim was fine as a TV show. It was fine and dandy like cotton candy. You know, Earthworm Jim. Let me roll my shoulder here. There we go. Don't get old. Okay. Doors, hatches, and stuff. Door, 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 door. Yeah, we gotta put more door in there. More doors for more whores. More doors for more whores. And then we keep putting doors in, because why not? And I'm putting some doors that are made out of different material, so when they slam them, they're slightly different. It'll be alright. Look, I think that dwarves are incapable of enjoying anything. Eventually, you put them indoors and they get mad. They're like, I've had everything I wanted in life, and I'm pissed off about it. You're like, why? They're like, because I am. And they just cross their fists in rage. God, they're a lot like internet people. It's kind of like if you go into any fandom, you'll say, hey, wouldn't it be funny if X or Y happened? And immediately there'll be that guy who says it can't because of X and Y, because they don't like fun. It's like when you go to the fireworks stand. You're like, give me the loudest thing you have. They look at you like you're crazy. And I don't think that's crazy to ask for at a fireworks stand. It's a fireworks stand. You know? Check the dwarves' thoughts. Why would I do that? I don't want to delve into their mind. That's rude. I'd rather just guess and make presumptions. Mr. Train agrees. We are in concordance. Ave Traintoria. I would like your loudest bang bang. If you ask that at the fireworks stand, they will not let you buy fireworks. Actually, they'll just sell it to you. Now, there are two kinds of fireworks stands in this world. They're the ones that show up sometimes once a year, where you can go and buy the handful of fireworks, and they're very sad. And then there's the other kind of fireworks stand, where you need a shopping cart. Now, if you go to a place that needs a shopping cart, if you have a credit card, you can buy anything in there. You could be like, I need something that will deafen and blind me. And they'll be like, right this way. Say no more, sir. Please come with me to the back. Those are the best places. Mr. Train is not a lie. Mr. Train is a train. Well, I had considered, what if Mr. Train wasn't a train? What if it was just a guy who had a PA system hooked up near the train tracks? How would I know? Because I don't lean out the window to confirm it is a train going by. So if you lived near the train tracks, you could have a recording of a train in the loudest sound system known to man, and no one would know. No one would know. They would just be like, there's a lot of trains. I mean, how would you know? It could just be a guy. It could be a guy who's like, you know what? I was listening to this guy's Patreon, and I was listening to my Train album collection, The Best of Mr. Toot Volume 4, The Deafening of Mr. Toot, and I said, hey, that sounds like me. So I play that album every day. I don't know why I gave him that accent. Probably because it made me feel better. No migrants want to come to my fortress, but I have a bounty of things made out of rocks. Like, they have rock beds and rock cabinets and rock statues of worms. Enjoy your surfeiture of rock. Why do you not enjoy the finery I have given you? Is it because I must engrave everything so? And make glorious engravings? All right, the worm versus snail vote progresses well. What does that mean? What does that mean? I'm not going to go look at that. I'm just going to presume that you guys are talking about things that are happening. Oh, you started a vote. I see. So worms are at 47%, all right? Yeah, we can hear that train rumble quite a bit. Well, it's loud in my house. So imagine how loud it is in my ears. Why doesn't Mr. Tech sleep? Because the train is in my backyard. It isn't. It's a few hundred yards away. Well, no, I'd say about 150, 200. Trains are loud. Train. Who doesn't like train? Me. All right, so we are going to slowly engrave all this, and hopefully the dwarves will see the engravings and go, oh my god, it's so wonderful, I wouldn't punch a baby. That's what I'm hoping. Yeah, I've ranged Mr. Train. What's the problem with that? I don't own a mortar yet, but if anyone out there does own one and wants to get rid of one, just let me know. Just let me know. I'll take it off your hands. I'll file the Form 10. Don't worry about it. It's for collection. It's what I wrote on the Thompson transfer form for the machine gun. What is your intent of this gun? For all lawful purposes. That's what you're supposed to write. You know? Oh, God. I hate trains. I hate riding on them. It's just because in America, trains aren't like you see them in TV. They're not nice. They're not fast. They're constantly stuck behind something else. They're always dirty. They're dirty enough to where your shoes stick to the floor, and they're loud. There's, like, the last train I had to ride regularly, there were germs on that train the size of turtles. You could have gone in there and had a fist fight with amoeba. It was bad. Riding trains in other countries, though? Oh my God, it's so nice. It's so nice. You go ride trains in other countries and you're like, I'm floating on a cloud. Everyone is happy. There's plentiful food. I can hear myself think. Yeah, there's some rough train routes in America. All right, so I've told them to start cutting gems, but we really haven't found any. That's my problem. We do have some magnetite, so we can actually start smelting stuff, which is cool. That is very cool. All right. We're going to have a few more layers of just general dwarf industry. Now, why is this just a giant square? Because I can't be asked. It's been a long day. Normally, I try to do all sorts of neat designs. I've been getting into that, and it's like drawing mandalas. You're just sitting there playing with it, and it's fun. But I'm not a fan of trains in my country. Just mainly because it's crowded and lousy. And they could be nice. They actually could be nice, because I've ridden trains in Europe where I was like, this is pleasant. Why can't they be like this? Reasons. Ow. That was ow. All right, so when it comes down to Dwarf Fortress, as you can see, I'm already in my second year, and it's not flown off the rails yet. You don't really have to worry about too terribly much in this game. Most of this game is quite boring in terms of challenge, unless you really push yourself. Now, if you push yourself, if you were a psychopath, you could have just dug right down to the cavern, all the way to the bottom, and just punched through the roof and started picking fights with stuff. That is daring. You can make Dwarf Fortress very funny and crazy and insane very quickly. Or you can have this nice, slow-paced exploration of your incompetence, which is what I'm doing. So I'm more doing the Japanese buffet on the conveyor belt thing, right? Simple. Fine and simple. More or less. Until year 2, the goblins arrive. I hope not. Because I have done no preparation. Actually, I'd just throw the miners at them. The miners would probably kill a handful of goblins and the rest would run. Goblins aren't really typically a problem until there's more than 20 of them. Then you have to fight all the goblins. That's when it gets crazy. Yeah. Conveyor sushi restaurant thing. I can't go to those because I am allergic to fish. And I have been told by a lot of people, they will always ask, "Are you sure?" Yes. Yes, I am. Well, how do you know? And then I blink and I'm like, I got sick a lot as a kid. Like, they think I'm just avoiding it. I'm like, no, I'm allergic. Like, it causes me to break out and I get sick. And they're like, I don't know. You haven't had the good fish. And you just shrug. It's like, it's all right. I can have steak. Oh no, monkeys are stealing stuff. I don't care. Damn the apes to hell. I shall adorn the stink room with their bones. I shall fill it with all the damn dirty apes of creation. I shall fill their corpses. So, anyways, yeah, just gonna have a good time. Oh, listen. Here comes Train again. Oh no. Damn you. You making any weapons or just booze? Just booze. Mainly because right now don't have a very large population. So yeah, listen to that Train. He's just like choo choo, having his fun. Fill the corpse with what? Gravy. I agree. Yeah, we could have some monkey brain stew. It'll be fine. Fine and dandy, like cotton candy. All right, so look, he stopped being upset because I engraved his room. He was just a crybaby. Fucking crybaby. I was like, hey, are you upset for real reasons? No. I want shiny. God damn it. Oh, man. Yeah, that kid has a high-tech train whistle. He's just running around the neighborhood on his bike, deafening everyone. See, this person's upset because, well, I know why they're upset. They have 4 fucking kids. Anyone would be upset under those conditions. Just calm down. Don't worry about it. All right, let's make more rock blocks. Oh no, a child was born. Who cares? They yearn for the mines. I will send them to work in the mines. And hey, thanks for the subscription. I have virtually no warnings or reminders or any pop-ups or noise because I would jump out of my seat at that. I honestly would. I really don't do the whole streaming thing well because whenever there's alerts or whatever, I lose my mind. People will be like, oh my God, check this out. And I'm like, no, too many things. Too many things. But look, children yearn for the mines. I shall make miners of the miners. They shall enjoy their toil, or they shall perish. Well, they'll probably perish from it, but I don't care. I don't like random noises. Yeah. Too many cooks, too many cooks, too many cooks, do. Hey, Lavinian762 just tipped $6.90. Nice. By the way, just as a casual reminder, any of you 160 some odd folks watching, you can check out the Black Pants Legion Auxiliary Discord, aka the Fan Discord for the fandom. And there will be a link because someone's going to type !Discord and find that link right away. And you can find your way in and check us out and have a fun time. However, just as a reminder for everyone who's just now showing up or just now tuning in, the Black Pants Legion does this thing every Christmas called the Christmas Dump, which is too much content all at once. So, from December 1 to the 25th, there shall be content. There shall be content. And the content will be insane. There's about 20 episodes of Space Station 13 and 14. There is some history-wrecking stuff. There's fun with nukes. There's a lot of things that you can look forward to. Now, I'm going to point out, yes, and Meth for the Children, which is a stream we do. It's the stream that makes YouTube wish they could yeet us off the internet, and they can't because it's a charity. Now, everything going up from December 1 to the 25th, every single thing going up is going to be supporting charity. You will find a link for every video where you can donate to charity, and it's going to be Toys for Tots this year, which is United States Marine Corps Reserve, helping underprivileged children get a book or a toy for Christmas. So, if you have any money laying around after spending it on whatever you spend it on, it's a good time of year to help out. Just letting you guys know. And yes, Payday 2 is where we play Meth for Tots, where what's funny is on YouTube, you typically get about 20, 30 brand-aware advertisers a day at my modest, lowly level, reminding me that if you do this or do that, they'll support you. If you do this, you do that, I'll support you. If you do this, you do that, we'll support you. After the Christmas for Meth charity stream, those emails stop for about 6 months. Then they come back. So, yeah. They typically get a little upset. They're like, why did you label this meth for kids? And I'm like, no, it's meth, comma, for kids, exclamation point. They're like, that doesn't make it any better. I was like, oh, well, do you want me to add another comma? I mean, that'd be weird. I could do it, I guess, meth, comma, for, comma, kids. That's strange. Yeah, you can please donate however you wish. Don't worry about it. You don't have to do it through me. I just want you guys to have, the opportunity, if you can or if you want, to, help kids have a Merry Christmas. I feel honestly privileged being the guy up here with a microphone. I feel privileged just being the guy who's able to do this for just a hobby. to be able to create at all. So I've always felt it's very important to, whenever you can, give back. And we have an alert. Oh no! A caravan arrived from where? Is this the outpost liaison? Because if it's fucking elves, it's on. I will carve me a fucking claymore. I'm not typically a violent person, but against elves, oh man, would I make a juicero juicer for elves. Just crush them. And thank you for the donation on the Hunchback, man. That was badass. And as far as it goes, I mean, I'm just happy to be able to make anything. Like, a lot of content creators get out there and they're like, I'm not number one, I'm not making money. It's like, just be happy you can make stuff. The world is full of lots of meaningless nonsense. Just be happy you can make anything. Like, that is why you need to be happy out there in this world. Being a content creator is fun. It should be, right? I mean, it should be. But for some people, they see it as the jobby, and that's the problem, is when that hobby becomes a job. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like, if you make really good food, like, okay, how many people in chat are an actual good cook? Like, not a no bullshit good cook, but an actual good cook. Like, people ask your recipe for shit. That's how you know. Like, let me just ask that way, right? Let's see. Let's see how many of you. All right. Meh. All right. See, okay, that's fine. Good at cookie baking, better than me. All right. That's why I pay crow and hot dogs. Exactly. See? Okay. I burn water. I've done that too. I've done that too. You can successfully not kill people. That's important. All right. So, like, let's say you were such a good cook that I said that I would occasionally pay you some money to cook and record it. Now, you might say, wow, what a great way to share my love of something, right? And to pay for my bills of cooking things that I would like to cook. That's where I sit with content creation. But if you love cooking, would you quit your job to do it? Would you quit your day job to cook for a living in a professional capacity? I'm willing to bet the answer is no. And that's how to view content creation. You may love cooking, but don't do it for a living. Enjoy what you enjoy, but don't shackle yourself down, you know? That's how I see content creation. I've seen a lot of creators go off the deep end, and they're like, oh man, it's like getting paid for doing what you like. And I'm like, you won't like it anymore. You gotta find ways of paying that shit forward as well. That's why the BPL has done all this charity shit. And it's like, if I had to meet my maker tomorrow, if I fell down dead tomorrow and they were like, what did you do with your life? I can say confidently that I use shit posts to save 4 houses, buy a leg, pay for 3 funerals, and raise $500,000 in charity for complete strangers through the power of shit posting. That's why you do what you do, right? And that's the point of it. A lot of people forget that shit. Stay humble. Use your crazy powers for good. But make sure you know that none of this belongs to you. And you can't take it with you in the end. That's where a lot of people go wrong. They're like, I need to get my face on a t-shirt. And I'm like, dude, it's week 1. I don't have my face on a t-shirt, and it's year 12. We did make some Knife Fight City shirts, though, I won't lie. However, the proceeds of that went to Wounded Warriors, every last dime. It made so much for Wounded Warriors that they send me letters every day. And I'm like, I give you all the money I have. And they're like, more. We've thought, actually, believe it or not, of bringing back the Knife Fight City shirts, but we're not sure. Oh, you'd bring good American currency on a "it is noted"? It is noted. I have noted it. Yeah. Bacon breakfast, or maple bacon breakfast log. I was like, Wayland Yutani, building better breakfasts. Oh, man. But I don't know. I'm kind of weird about merch. I had this whole discussion when merch was last brought up, and I said, right, but I don't want to exploit anybody. Okay? I don't want to. Like, I know you can do it. I know you can go out and get some shirts that are made in, China, and sweatshop factory workers can make you a shirt, and then you can get it very cheaply pressed on, and, it costs you $7, but you sell it to the fan for $30, and then it washes apart and falls apart and fades in the washer in like 8 minutes, and it's like, yeah, it's not good. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that at all. I know that maybe sounds crazy, but I'm just not wired like that. I can't bring myself to do something like that. Now, if you could find like somebody who could do this really well and ethically, like in the US or in Europe, or where I'd be assured that they're not taking advantage of their workforce. If we could empower somebody while getting something made, like if you could find a veteran-owned business that made challenge coins or something that could also open beers, I'd love to hear about it, because that's something I'd get behind, a BPL challenge coin that opens alcohol bottles. But I'd rather just make the content. I just, again, feel privileged to be able to make anything. This is a world of a lot of disposable crap. So being able to make stuff is rare, right? Traveler is being worked on. I think there's 20 episodes of that. Diggs is also working on... Diggs is going to run a Delta Green game. Diggs is going to run his first Delta Green game, and we're going to record it. So, no pressure, Diggs. No pressure. No pressure at all. But yeah, I agree. I think things that last are important. Because, like, sentimentality aside, everybody I'm sure has a teddy bear. Everyone I'm sure has a blankie or something from their childhood, which has lasted. And if you want to make something that has meaning toward people's lives, positive affirmation or something similar, it needs to have similar categories. It needs to have that same weight, right? And I'm not trying to say that I'm as important as a teddy bear. I don't think so. That's a deeply personal subject for most people. But I think, oh my God, I almost ran out of booze. I got all sentimental and almost killed all my dwarves. Aha, not today. Not today, game. But yeah, no migrants this season. God damn it. No one likes here. It's probably because I don't trade anything. It's probably because my fortress, they see it and they're like, sad. All right. But yeah, I don't think I'm as important as a teddy bear. You know, I think a teddy bear is deeply personal as objects go, you know, and sentimentality, right? But I think that if you're going to make something that people need to spend their money on, that needs to not fall apart, right? It needs to be important. Because if it's your hard-earned money, it has to be worth it. Otherwise, it's just a parasocial relationship pulling a lever to make a buck. Plus, if I make something, I want to have it too, so I want to make sure it's not bullshit. I thought about having black pants made, but I looked at the cost of having black pants stitched, and holy shit, are seamstresses expensive if you pay them union rates. It's that or sweatshop. And so I'm like, all right, I'll just buy my black pants where I do. But yeah, if I had made black pants, they'd all be made out of Kevlar, which means you couldn't wash them. That's a bad idea. No, good pants are worth, you know, good pants are worth the money. They really are. Anything that separates you from being naked or your ass from the ground is worth spending money on. Spend money on good chairs, spend money on good bed, and spend money on good shoes. Spend money on good toilet seat. But don't cheap out on some things. No, Kevlar doesn't react well when it gets, like, repeatedly wet and soaked in detergent and stuff. Yeah, no. That's something that somebody actually asked me, was like, what kind of pants are the black pants? Mine are Duluth Trading Company pants, just because they last for fucking ever. When I was a gunsmith, I wore them, and I couldn't destroy them. Then when I moved to office work, still have a pair from 6 years ago, and I just can't destroy them. Now, they do fade a little bit over time, but they last forever. They're good pants, but I'm not endorsing them. You can find your own pants in any which way. But I do like the Duluth shirts as well, because you can actually move your arms in them, you know? So if you want to buy pants once, if you're that kind of person who's like, I hate shopping for clothes, they come in a variety of industrial colors. They're all like hearing aid brown and mustard yellow, and, you know, it's not high fashion. It's just really tough material. But yeah, I've always liked wearing simple clothes that last a long time. They're not as cheap as they used to be, though, by a long shot. All right, look. No new dwarves. What the shit? Did word get out about my place? Are they like, this is sad, they have no gold? Depressing. All right, so what are we going to do now? We're going to keep going down. We're going to keep going on down. We're going to keep going down to the Ring of Fire. Should be simple as, right? Simple as. So, limonite. All sorts of crap. The word is out, those guys are weird and like the worms. Yeah, that's probably true. They were like, yeah, when I went and checked on my cousin, he had a statue of worms in his room, and he said it's more common more often than not. The train agrees. Yep, that's Mr. Train. Alright, so let's just smooth the floor. I'm even gonna have the floor engraved. God damn, that train's loud. This guy's like, I'm paid by the toot and you're gonna hear it. I want you to feel it in your bones. I'm like, please, no. Please. Yeah, I come with a Mr. Train choo-choo set, and it just allows you to set it on fire. That would be funny. But no, I'm not good with merch, guys. It makes me feel like guilty. Because I'm a nobody from nowhere. I mean, this is an empire of dirt. These are sandcastles. I don't need to really sell you anything to hang out, you know? It's just kind of a hard step for me. I've had people try to beat my door down trying to get me to do the merge thing, and I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. I'd do it if I knew someone who could manage it, who wasn't, like, gonna do it bad, and also knew how to, you know, source stuff and make it ethical. Soap would be fun. Especially if we had people in the BPL make it. I'm not saying that because soap is similar to the process to make nitroglycerin, but Fight Club reference. But yeah, yeah, soap is actually pretty handy. There's plenty of people in the BPL who know how to make soap. I know how to make soap. I just don't have the time. A lot of these handicrafts are expensive, and time-consuming. That if you made soap at home, you would have to charge people quite a bit of money. Clanners need soap? I'm sure they do. They look like they eat nothing but protein. Their farts must be heinous. Someone made gun smoke soap? Yeah, just have to have cordite distillate in it, or GSR, you know, gunshot residue. There's plenty of soot in a gun range. It's free. You can take it home. If I had to have a soap, it would be like bacon. Like, because everybody loves the smell of bacon. Even people who don't eat it. That's why they make bacon-flavored shit. It would just be bacon. There's so many products out there that'll say, oh, it's bacon-flavored chips, bacon-flavored this, bacon-flavored that, bacon-flavored soap. Ballistol, that's a good one. Yeah. That's how you attract wasps? Look, I'm not saying I'm a perfect man. I'm just saying what I think of. But look, I've made the dwarves less sad. I've made them less sad. So can we have that, right? You know? Come on. Come on. You can give me that one. It'll be all right. Trust me. Bacon is delicious, I agree. Oh, man. It'll be fine. I need to go get a beverage. I'm going to be back. I'll just leave this bitch running. It'll be fine. Mr. Train will be fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. Just leave the stream running. And I'm back. It's all good. Why are people voting about worms again? Oh. See, the train will be fine. Everything's fine. Do not start a Mr. Train cargo cult, please. I think we have enough problems in this world without starting new religions. Just use the ones that nobody else is using. Go look up some religions that died off a long time ago and restart them. No one's to say you're not descended from the founder. How would they know? See? Please don't do that either. You're going to say Tex gave me the idea. I'll be like, no, I didn't. And then you're going to quote this out of context. Alright, so we're going to have fun. I'm going to put beds in for new dwarves for when I get them, which will be someday. Someday I'll have some friends. It'll be fine. Look, I wouldn't want to make a cult. Some people would say too late, but it is what it is. Alright, so we have enough dwarves to where I'm just going to put some furniture down. Now I'm going to say this is a gathering room, and you can gather in here and quit bitching. Because dwarves like fancy parties. They are fancy. Dwarves like fancy parties. They say they don't. They say they like drink and industry. But soon enough, tankards come out and people start banging cups up and down. And then, fancy parties. So, we're going to have some fancy parties. We're going to put some thrones down. And it's going to be alright. It's going to be A-okay. It's going to be just fine. So we're going to put these little chairs down here. Little chairs down here. Little chairs down here. Little chairs down here. Right? And then all the dwarves can sit around these chairs and they can go, I enjoy indoors. And they will say, agreed, Eurist. Indoors is best. And another will say, elves are bad. And then they will all nod in agreement. They'll be like, yes, yeah, yes, Because that's dwarves, They hate things and they love things. And then, someone will be like, elves aren't that bad. And they'll be like, just beat that guy to death. Because that's what he gets for having a different opinion. Look, there's only room for one religion in Battletech, and that is Hunchback Orthodoxy. I said that once to somebody after the Hunchback video, and they were like, what is Hunchback Orthodoxy? And I said, I'll show you. And afterwards, they said, I have seen the light. I said, amen, brother. Somebody asked me in an email, they said, what is a hunchback pilot like? Because they're trying to play one, they're trying to play one in tabletop, in a tabletop version of the game. So I said, okay, do you guys want to learn how to play a hunchback pilot? Because I'll give you that character prof. I'll tell you what I told them. Only if you guys want, though. Otherwise, I'll just keep rambling about dwarves. All right. So here's how to do it. You need to go get yourself some Pit Viper sunglasses, right? Go look up Pit Viper sunglasses. You get those. You put those on. And then no matter what anyone says, you say, hell yeah, brother. Oh my God, we're gonna die. House Kirita's gonna kill us. Hell yeah, brother. Oh my God, we're outnumbered 100-1. Hell yeah, brother. Looks like we're gonna get murdered again. Hell yeah, brother. That's all you have to say. That's how you play a hunchback pilot. If your comms are broken up by you pulling the top off a beer bottle or can, you're a hunchback pilot. Just mid-fight, just, hell yeah, brother. The only way is forward. Don't let anyone tell you no. Hunchback pilots are not long for this world. That's what they're for. As I said in the video, they will search the world in want of nails, as they are the hammer. You just gotta keep breaking things. If you break things long enough, they'll give you another one. They are simple creatures, hunchback pilots. They're not smart ones. They are simple creatures. They enjoy their violence. And you just gotta keep having fun with it, you know? Or as they say, hell yeah, brother. I mean, it's I also had some guy who got really mad in an email. He got actually super mad in an email because he said that, you know, Davion is known for being the well-cultured group of people in Battletech, and that there's no way that they would have a North FC football club guy would represent Davion. I said, bullshit. There's gotta be a planet Barnsley somewhere in there. 8 the Draconis Combine. 8 clanners, not racist, just don't like them. You gotta have some of that in there. There has to be. Love me first, Prince. Love me auto cannons. Not everything can be nice and new and neat. There has to be a working class, right? I'm not the only guy who thought of that. I'm sure a lot of you have thought, like, where's the Mary Poppins speaking working class English? Where's the chimney sweep English? Like, it can't just all be cultured upper crust British accents. There has to be some working class guys and gals in there. Somebody who likes a proper pint. Has to be. If you're telling me there's a whole nation of people that drink fancy wine and cognac, I'll be upset. I think there would be whole bunches of chippies in Battletech. Oh, man. Alright, so we have this giant throne room. Not really, but it's a giant hangout area. And look, the dwarves are off the anger side of the meter and they're getting into the whelmed. They are very whelmed. They went from very upsetty spaghetti to whelmed. Excellent. At least I've seen to some of their needs. The miners are starting to get through, oh god, chalk. Ugh. I have almost no crafts or trade goods, and I don't care. It's at least kept me from getting overwhelmed on this playthrough, so that's good. It's the worm statues, you're not wrong. The subtle effect of worms on the dwarven psyche. A 12-part lecture series. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Excellent. They possess the mind worms. I hope not. Alright. So we're slowly getting our dwarves situated. By situated, I mean, well, they don't want to murder each other anymore. They probably do, but they're just being nice about it. So yeah, we're getting there. And look, we got carvings of stuff. We got plenty of drink and plant. And while just complaining and talking with you guys about upcoming projects, shit. We've managed to actually not sink a fortress. Maybe the trick to Dwarf Fortress is not thinking too hard. What if that was the trick, eh? What if? So a lot of people are scared of Dwarf Fortress, as I said at the beginning. But as you can see, you can run this game in a true wilderness, which is not on the hardest or, worst biome by far, but certainly not easy. And you just kind of hang out and talk with your friends, and you can teach yourself to play the game and take it at your own pace. It's not that scary. If a moron like me can do this, you can do this, right? So far, we got a lot of limonite, which is okay. I'm going to try to knock this wall back, actually, a little bit, because I'm going to add a few more shops, or rather, work areas back here. Looks like we got a lot of bituminous coal, which, as you can imagine, my guys are probably going to try to carve that into tables. So I'm not sure if you can imagine setting your food down on a coal table. You're like, my food is dirty? You can't even see it from the soot. I'm like, shut up and enjoy your cold chicken. Enjoy it. Hat, if you're afraid, it's okay. That's part of Dwarf Fortress. It's part of Dwarf Fortress. Yeah, you can break parts of the table off, and you can have some drawing material right at hand. Game gives me scare. Hat, you've modded it. You can't be scared. Next thing you're gonna do is say, oh, Xenonauts makes me scared. Can't be scared of Xenonauts either. You made a mod so good that I made a video about that mod. It was like a feature-length movie. Still one of my favorite videos. I don't care how many clicks it gets. I'm like, I get to tell people the brief history of various firearms and why we put them in a mod. It made me happy to make. I don't care if it's niche. I clap my hands regardless. Yeah. We had Xenonauts is still a great game. I know some people that are, it's not XCOM. Blow it out your ass. Enjoy nice things. And yeah, we are going to definitely do Xenonauts too. We might make another video. We're like, all right, so here's what we're making for round 2. Now, round 2, flamethrower, M202A1 flash, punt gun, maybe. Blunderbuss. Yeah. Lots and lots of weapons. Beeple Armory. The 46. That is easy mode to get the 46. That it shoots like a rifle, but with pistol time units, which is hilarious. And somebody said, why would you make something OP like that? And I'm like, so you can have an action movie thing. So your guy can go in there Hollywood ready and just blow the aliens away. Really cool. Now, I had another person who got mad. They were like, the Thompson's overpowered. And I was like, just like real life. As it turns out, full auto 45 really hurts things. Amazing. I love how people think it's overpowered. I'm like, bullets hurt. Bullets from a gun hurt a lot. Like, all right. This is something that I want you guys to put into perspective. A 7.62 by 51, aka 7.62 NATO, has a chamber pressure of 60,000 psi to move that bullet down the barrel. So when pressures of that are imparted upon metal, and it becomes airborne and leaves the barrel, and it delivers thousands of joules of impact energy, do you think that anything on 2 feet is going to be able to stand afterward? No. So that's why I get annoyed at tabletop games or whatever that make bullets not hurt. Bullets hurt. It doesn't matter what kind. Bullets hurt. Yeah, we could probably put the Magistrata Mundanus shotgun in there. Be like, oh yeah, it says from Magna City. I cannot believe that Depp figured out how to pull all 4 triggers, but hey, that's how it goes. You know, that's just how it is. Sometimes you have to be pretty nuts. I mean, well, that's tabletop, though. Tabletop is all about being crazy. You can't not be a little crazy in tabletop. It's tabletop. You're supposed to act a role. And if your role is someone who's a little unhinged, e.g., an adventurer, because I don't think you would ever use the term well-adjusted and adventurer in the same sentence, would you? No, I don't think you would. I don't think you would, right? I think that you would probably go like, no, that guy's crazy. That guy, like, bums around in tombs for a living. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to make some charcoal. I'm going to start making piles of charcoal. As for why, because woods are dumb and I don't like them. But what we're going to do is we're going to take this mountain of charcoal and ash. We're going to burn everything we can. All well and good. Furniture, bed. Yep. All right. Yep. All right. Yep. All right. And then I'm going to get a forge running. All right. Happy, happy, happy. Joy, joy, joy. I can't believe it. It's almost time to end. Just been hanging here playing Dwarf Fortress. But yeah, I'm making charcoal to piss elves off. I don't even need the charcoal yet. I just hate elves. Anyways, time to burn stuff. So, the miners are mining shit, which is good. Looks like one dwarf is starting to move back into range. He better check himself before I send him to go find the aquifer. He'll be like, oh, I don't like being on fire. I don't like being underwater. And I'm like, well, you should have thought about your attitude. Because people who smile a lot don't get smashed by cave-ins. That's how it works. And look, if elves want to pick a fight, they will find that I don't care. Elves are lame, and they know it. Okay, let's see. Ooh, jelly opals. That's interesting. Tetrahedrite, rock salt, gabbro, diorite, tetrahedrite, cobalite, diorite, native silver. All right, that's exciting. Granite. What's that? Hematite, native silver, and that's it. That is everything we got so far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cross-section all this all the way down to where we were. And this should give us plenty of materials to work with. This fortress is easy as pie. Very easy as pie. Yeah, iron and silver, good weapon materials. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Look at this. We're just going all the way down. Excellent. Rock salt wall. Tetrahedrite. Yeah, this is going to be fine and dandy. And all those dwarves who didn't show up to Castle Cool Guys is going to feel dumb because they're not in the Cool Guy Castle, a.k.a. our place, because we got statues of rats and worms that, god damn it, I need to have a word with the sculptor. You know, god damn it. I'm just gonna sit here. I know, that's free will for you. Just, my head hurts. Sometimes the dwarves do things, and you're just stuck watching them do it. Alright, let's see. Rock salt, clay stone, tetrahedrite, clay stone. See, look how fast this guy is mining now. He's been forced to mine against his will, or rather, for it, for years, and he's just going ape. He's going crazy, and that's fine. That's what you do in Dwarf Fortress. You just cut him loose. He likes what he likes. Rats and worms. Yeah, probably. Oh, man. And we have some nice rock crystals and stuff, so that's a pleasant one. All right, I'm going to tell them to start cutting gems. Don't be weird. Cut some gems. Get going. Maybe the sculptor is really short, and that's all he sees. It's not bad. That's not bad for a take. He's like, I draw what I see with my eyes. And they're like, you're just looking down. God damn it. So we got a lot of booze, which is great. And we're starting to get some cut gems, which is going to be probably our main trade good for a while. As soon as I trade them, you're probably going to end up with a flood of dwarves. That's what usually makes people less happy about playing Dwarf Fortress. They will go, oh, cinnamon toast fuck, what is that? And it will just be nothing but dwarves who come on down the mountain, and they'll have their whole family with them. It'll just be like 800,000 dwarves. It won't be a good time. All right, well, in about 8 minutes' time, we will have Mr. Quish doing Cooking on the Rim, which is a series that's been going on here for a long time now. In Twitch years, a long time. But he's been playing the counterpart to this game, RimWorld, which is pretty cool. And so, yeah, you can check that out as contrast to my madness. However, tonight has been serene. Like, this is just a serene fortress. Nothing bad has happened. And I'm saying that out loud because I have limited minutes left. So if it does, I can be like, ha, it only happened at the end. So yeah. At any rate, I hope you guys stick around for RimWorld, and I really appreciate it. Hopefully next week we should have Depp back, and it should be fine enough. We'll be probably playing more Metal Gear Solid, which is fine. I have not doomed Quish's colony. It'll be okay. Come on. Come on, it'll be alright, right? Maybe? Something? I don't know. At any rate, I'll see you guys later, and remember, please, do take care of each other, and take care of yourselves. See you next time. See you next Monday, and thank you for supporting us.